It's New Year's. It's January 2026. That means that it's been officially 1 full year since I started 2 of my Etsy shops. So last year I did make a video about how my Etsy shops were doing in 2024, but it is true that they were not open for the full year since I started them in the middle of the year. So 2025 was the first year that I had my Etsy shops open for the whole year. So, like I said, I do have 2 Etsy shops. One is for physical products and one is for digital products. And I wanted to make 2 separate shops just because I really wanted to make sure that there's a distinction that you're going to get digital files and the one where you get physical files. I do use mockups on my digital shop as well. So I don't want to make a confusion among my customers. On my digital shop, I don't really design intentionally. To be honest, I do have some hyperfixations of where I want to create some of the templates, some of those things, some of that thing, and I just upload it and hope for the best. So this is how it's been currently. Like I said, I don't really put much thought into it. Etsy is just like a fun little game for me, and I'm not intentionally building it and catching trends, popular products and things like that. I am creating things that I enjoy and would be usable for me and just putting it into the Etsy if someone else might enjoy it as well. This is the same mantra that I'm using for my physical shop as well. Essentially, I don't do much product research. There was a time into 2025 where I wanted to take Etsy more seriously since it was showing some results, but not a lot. And I wanted to really upscale it, go forward with the idea of having my own Etsy store and actually bringing me some money. But after a month, my hyperfixation was gone about that. So currently, I'm just letting it be right now. Another point to mention is that I had Etsy ads, I think, on my both shops, but especially on my physical shop. It did bring me much sales. But when I drew the line, it was essentially costing me kind of the same that I would get in. So I was at a positive 0. So I decided to turn that off. The orders did slow down a little bit in the past couple of months since I turned them off, but I still feel like they are dropping in. It's not a sale every week, but I do get a sale here and there, which I'm really happy about since I'm not putting that much effort into it anymore. That being said, I should maybe get started on that. This is an idea that kind of works and there is a potential to kind of expand it into a bit more. It just takes time and some motivation / discipline to actually input the products into the Etsy because it's quite time consuming. For my physical shop, what I did was I think in the middle of 2025, I was also selling t-shirts. So I have a heat press at home and I have a silhouette cutter. Given that my apartment is very, very small, it's 28 square meters. So you can imagine that having a cutter and a heat press and space and storage has not been going well. In the middle of 2025, I have decided that I want to try with print on demand. I decided to go with Gelato. To be honest, going to Gelato, while I do feel a little bit of guilt of doing that just because I'm not hand making the t-shirts anymore, it has given me a lot of freedom designing, a lot of freedom in my sizing options, in my color options, and also it has given me a lot of freedom when it comes down to actually choosing what I want to design. So because I was making t-shirts by myself, what I often did was I said no to certain projects, or I very simplified certain projects and made them very minimal, just because I didn't want to go through the part of weeding the vinyl because it's a pain if you want to do very intricate details. Since I did that, it allowed me to also put more variety, also more sizes, and also more designs onto the store. There was a month with another hyperfixation where every day I was just uploading. That passed as well, so I'm not doing that anymore, but it has allowed me to have some collection of designs on my store. That being said, once I did that, my sale of stickers kind of dropped, but t-shirt sales were up. So there was some kind of switch. I'm not sure if it's because of the ad, because a lot of people search for t-shirts. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but this is a switch, and I'm mostly selling t-shirts now and some vinyl stickers, but not printed stickers anymore. I do have them, just in case. I actually have a lot because I have them outsourced because they were going so fast. I think enough backstory. I guess I should take you to my Etsy shop, right? So firstly, what I'm going to do is sign in. Maybe let's go to the digital shop first. So it seems like since I don't have ads, I can only see that there were 53 clicks and 3,000 views. So I guess we're not going to do that. And we're going to check on the shop traffic. And we're going to do last year. The shop is very small. I do have just a couple of products in it, and they're mostly small ticket items. If we go to the views, start of the year, essentially at the end of 2024, I decided to do some calendars for 2025, and that has given me some of the views at the start of the year. Is also where I have been uploading a bunch of products, since I really did have a month of only of creating solely for the Etsy shop. So I was making mostly templates on Canva, and that was something that I have been uploading. So after that, I really didn't put much thought into it. I forgot that it existed. Here and there I did get an order or two, but nothing much. A lot of it happened at the start of the year with my Canva templates, and now I'm looking at it. I mean, there were some orders. I was really on a roll here. I'm sad that I left this go. So we have conversion rate, which is the same, and then revenue. But yeah, as you can see, it's not steady. It has its ups and downs, and you can really see a correlation when I was actively working on my Etsy shop that it was actually getting sales. And here I think it was just two happy little accidents. Okay, so here you can see that I had 63 euros of sales, and the fees were 33 euros, and I did spend 10 euros on marketing because at the start of the year I was really getting into the digital Etsy shop and I really wanted to grow it. So I just tried ads for a bit, and you can see that netted me into a whopping 20 euros. I promise that the physical is going to be much more promising because I do have much more stuff on it and there are a lot more sales going on. Let me see if I have Etsy ads opened. I don't. So as you can see, I cannot show you the graph because it's not available since I don't have ads active right now. Apparently I made $300 from my Etsy ad campaign. I don't know why it shows dollars here, because my prices are in euro. That doesn't matter. I had almost 50,000 views, 600 clicks, and 16 orders, and I spent $170 on ads. I did play around with the ad spend, but since I cannot see the graph or I haven't tracked it, I can't really put any insight into it. So if we go into stats, which probably this is something that we are mostly interested in, we have last year. So you can really see a time where I was actively working on my shop, which was in the summer, where I was actively putting out different products, which I guess led me to more views, since, you know, more products lead to more views, and it was steady from there on. So I had 75 orders, which you can see that I have at least one order every single month, which is nice, which is great. Love that for me. I don't know, it is fun, you know, even though I apparently made 900 euros from the whole revenue on my Etsy shop, it's still a nice little hobby. You can really see when I was actively working on it, there was a price hike just because t-shirts do cost more than stickers. And like I mentioned earlier, here I was selling mostly stickers, and here my market kind of changed to t-shirts. Go to finances as well. And let's see all last year as well. So here we have your net profit was 800. That's a different number than before. Okay, so my net profit was 800 euros. I had almost 1,200 euros in sales, 200 fees, and also there was around 160 euros from marketing because I did have my ads turned on for a couple of months, and also I apparently participated in offsite ads. I do have to mention that a lot of the money from the sales went back into Gelato because I needed to actually pay for the t-shirts and posters and everything that I was selling. So maybe let's see if we do have analytics here. I did open up a Gelato analytics as well, just because I wanted to show you that it is nice to see a number like for minimal work, but I really wanted to show you as well, which is my print on demand partner that I'm using. So I did have 34 orders through Gelato, and the total cost of it is 570 euros. What that means is that if I netted 800 euros of profit when all the taxes and all the marketing has been accounted for, and you also take the amount of cost, so the total cost, which is 570, this gives me 200 euros of profit for the whole year. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm not pricing it correctly, maybe I'm not marketing it correctly. I do know that print on demand sellers usually work on quantity, which I'm not doing. I do know that my hyperfixation will come once again this year, where I will be actively working on my shop for at least a month, at least one of the two shops that I have, and after that we are going to see. Since I'm doing a lot of projects, I do like crafting and experimenting, I would really like to put those products up to sale. So what would really be fun to do this year is to actually expand a little bit on my Etsy store, on my physical products, maybe even digital, because I do a lot of digital stuff. So this is it. It's been a journey. I'm not going to close down the shops, even though they take me a bunch of fees, but it's not as much as Redbubble takes from me. So I guess that's fine. Let's see what this year brings for us. Thank you for following along. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know, are you working on your Etsy shop as well, and how was it going for you in the past year? I'll see you soon.